Learning English doesn't always need to feel like hard work. Sometimes the best way to improve is by just listening to a great story. Your brain loves stories. It listens, remembers, and learns without you even noticing. You hear real language, real emotions, and natural sentence structures, all wrapped in adventure. That's why storytelling is one of the most powerful tools for mastering English. So if you enjoy learning this way, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Storylish, and turn on notifications. Every new story helps you grow your vocabulary, your listening skills, and your confidence without boring lessons. And trust me, today's story is far from boring. It's about a guy named Leo who went for a quiet jog in Berlin and ended up sprinting for his life near one of the most historic places in Europe. Leo had always been an early riser, especially when traveling. He liked the calm of the morning, the quiet streets, the fresh air. On his second day in Berlin, he woke up just after sunrise, laced up his running shoes, and decided to jog along the Berlin Wall Memorial. It was a place he had read about in history books, but seeing it in person gave it a whole new weight. The morning air was crisp, and the city was still waking up. A few cars rolled by in the distance, and some birds sang from the trees. Leo ran with a slow, steady pace, enjoying the wide path beside the preserved section of the wall. It was peaceful, a little haunting but beautiful in its own way. As he turned a corner, he saw a small park ahead, dotted with trees and benches. He decided to loop through it to extend his run a bit. There were no other people around. The grass sparkled with dew. Felt like the whole place was just for him. That feeling didn't last long. As he jogged past a group of bushes, something moved. Then he heard it, a low growl. He slowed down and looked to his right. Two dogs stood behind the bushes. Not small dogs, big ones. Not barking, not wagging tails. Just standing there, staring straight at him. Leo froze. He tried to remember what to do in situations like this. Don't make eye contact. Stand still. Back away slowly. Run. Before he could decide, the dogs made the choice for him. They lunged. Leo turned and ran. Not jogged, ran. His legs moved faster than they ever had. He didn't look back, but he could hear the dogs right behind him. Their paws slapping the pavement, their breaths sharp and fast. He had no idea where he was going. The park felt like a maze. Every corner looked the same. Trees, benches, grass, more trees. He sprinted through a path that curved left, then right, then downhill. His heart was pounding, not just from the running, but from pure fear. He finally saw a fence in the distance and a road beyond it. He pushed harder, legs burning, lungs gasping for air. When he reached the fence, he didn't stop. He vaulted over it like he was in an action movie, crashing onto the sidewalk with a rough roll. The street was quiet. A single cyclist passed by. No one seemed to notice what had just happened. He turned around and looked back. The dogs had stopped at the edge of the park. They weren't chasing anymore. They stood there watching him, tails stiff, then slowly turned around and disappeared into the trees. Leo sat on the curb, breathing hard, feeling the cold air on his sweaty face. He wasn't hurt, just shaken, and he was very, very awake. Later that day, Leo looked up the park on his phone. Turned out it wasn't an official dog park. It wasn't even meant for animals. Someone must have let their dogs run free early in the morning, not thinking anyone would be around. Or maybe the dogs were strays. He wasn't sure. He told the story to some locals at a nearby cafe, and they laughed with wide eyes. One of them said, "Welcome to Berlin. Even the dogs have strong opinions here." Leo smiled, But deep down he knew he'd never forget that morning. He had come to jog along the wall to feel history under his feet. Instead, he ended up in a foot race he never asked for, with 2 barking opponents and adrenaline like never before. And guess what? While you were holding your breath during that chase, your brain was learning. You picked up useful phrases like vaulted over the fence, his heart was pounding, turned the corner, and he was shaken. These are real expressions that make your English sound alive, and now they're part of your memory. All because of a wild story. That's the beauty of learning through storytelling. You don't just study English. You feel it, live it, and remember it. So if you like this experience, hit that like button, subscribe to Storylish, and ring the bell. We've got more adventures waiting. And here's your part. Leave a comment and tell us. Have you ever had a surprising run-in with an animal while traveling? Maybe a monkey stole your snack? Or a cat followed you around town? Share your wildest animal story below.